Well, I actually kind of miscalculated on some sort of tension using this Evertune Bridge. Looks like these strings would actually be a lot better, but I used them on a different 8 string. And for these, I really shouldn't have used these for a 27-inch scale with the standard tension Evertune Bridge. I really just miscalculated. It's got a 27-inch scale, so that 54 is too heavy, and this 42 is too heavy, and technically even this 30 is too heavy, so I haven't even bothered putting it on. I'm gonna have to cut this A string. I'm gonna have to replace it with a 38, and then the D string is gonna have to be a 28, and I'm gonna have to probably throw away the rest of the pack. I messed up. I didn't accommodate for the 27-inch scale. But what I really didn't want is 9, 11, 16 for my E, B, and G string. These are 10s. I wanted 10s. So I thought for once I might as well make a video on changing a string on an Evertune. Not the whole thing, because I've already conditioned the fretboard and put all these other strings on. I just need to accommodate the tension for this standard tension Evertune bridge. If I had the high tension Evertune bridge, all of these would have been fine. But that just is what it is. I'm not going to pay an extra, I guess, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 120 bucks, probably plus shipping and tax, just for 3 strings. So that's how much it costs, too. Each saddle looks like it's about 40 bucks if you want high tension. So I guess if you wanted 10 to 52 on a normal 25.5-inch scale, you might need to replace at least one of the saddles, because the A string will not work. That's a 10 to 52 set. What is a normal 10 to 52? It's like I think it's a 42. So a 42 that's an A will not work on the standard tension Evertune bridge, even if it's 25.5-inch scale. So if you wanted to really have the same exact tension that you're used to having on a 10 to 52 set, you'd have to replace at least the A string. The D, they will recommend that you use a 30 with the high tension, but you can actually get away with it with a 25.5-inch scale. You cannot get away with it on a 27-inch scale, but it would probably be safer to use either a lower gauge, like a 28, by getting it somehow, or actually just spending $80 to replace the D and A string for the 10 to 52 set. It's a little complicated, but if you really want that tension, that's what you're going to have to do. If not, then just get some sort of gauge that's just slightly lower so you'll be okay. Or just use 10 to the standard 10 set, which I probably will do on the V's if I'm going to play in standard. You're going to be able to totally use, I think, 11 gauge, 11 to 56, is it? I think that'll work if you're playing in D standard with a 25.5-inch scale on the regular Evertune bridge. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't totally confirm it, but the best way to ask is by going online, going to the Evertune calculator, and just typing in the scale length, the gauge, and the note you're trying to play, and then it'll tell you whether or not. So I also learned that the standard Evertune tension is 10 to 28 pounds, so somewhere in there. 28 pounds is max. You cannot get anything heavier than 28 pounds. It will not work properly. You will not get the note you want. So that's when you're going to have to go heavier. So at least you get a decent range. And if you're going to have to go with a heavy gauge like that, you're just going to have to down tune. This is a good set for the Evertune 8 string at a 27-inch scale. I just didn't want the highs to be 9, 11, and 16. I wanted 10, 13, 17, the standard 10s. I'm just used to that tension. I'd prefer to stay that way. Also, they're less likely to break. But it's either these Or I think what'll probably work even better is the NYXL Diodario 9 to 80 set that they make for Strandbergs. I think that's probably the perfect set of strings, even though they're 9s, but they're probably not going to break because they're NYXLs. So I think either these Ernie balls or those NYXLs will do great for using a 27-inch scale Evertune with standard tension. Anyway, just a string through the body bridge. Feed that through. Obviously make sure it's all the way stopped. Start giving it tension because you were in zone 1. Okay, now we're in zone 2. So we're at a G sharp. Oh, that's fun. So we're at a G sharp. We're gonna have to start tuning to A with your Evertune key. Look at that, we're close. I'm gonna stretch the string out. Oh, that's cool. Still in zone 2. So we're gonna tune it to pitch. There you go. Close. I think it's still stretching a little bit. I got it roughly at pitch now. I want it in zone 3 personally, so I can bend the notes. So I'm gonna start tuning it till I start hearing some sharpness. Don't you fall on me! This bitch! Here we go, now we're in zone 3, so I'm gonna back off. Now I can bend the note. That string's ready to be played. Getting that C sharp to a D. Not too bad. Stay on, bitch. Now, I want vibrato. So we're taking this bridge from zone 2 to zone 3. Look at that. Zone 3. I hated the stock strings that were on this guitar, the Blacksmith. I've had 3 break on me on 2 separate guitars. Really not a fan of them, especially if they're 9 gauge. It is awful, in my opinion.